Well, hey there, second graders. This is Mrs. Rademacher Smith, your substitute guided remote teacher. Yesterday, I hope you worked really hard on the assessment that I sent home. That's going to give Miss King and I a good idea of where you're at and what skills we need to work on for your math. So there might have been some things you didn't know, and that is absolutely okay. Now, today's lesson, you're not going to see a lot of it in the worksheets that I've assigned, but today is we're going to work on lesson. I'm going to see if I can get my tools to work. We're going to work on lesson 5.1, and the purpose of this lesson is fact power. Now, this part that I'm going to show you right now in the video is not in your worksheets or in your books or in your folder. Okay, this is this is mental math and fluency, so I want you to pause the video right here, but before you go, I am going to have you grab some scrap paper and a pencil, or you can grab a whiteboard and marker if you've got that tool available. So one more time before we pause, you're going to want scrap paper and a pencil, a whiteboard marker and eraser. Go ahead and pause the video. Now, I never told you to unpause it, but that's okay too, because we're going to start off by using these symbols. This is less than right here. Oh, I need my marker, my pencil again. Less than, greater than, or equal to. And if you're coming to our program from my classroom, you will know that these have everything to do with my sharks. This little guy's name is Lester because he's less than. And he's got his granny. And while we sing this, I sing the shark sometimes. Baby shark, do, 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 do. She is not looking super cute today. Sorry, Granny. And then there's their cousin Ernie. And their cousin Ernie is a cranky little shark. He is hangry because Ernie is equal to. And it all depends on which way the mouth is pointing, whether it's greater than, less than, or equal to, because all good sharks like to eat the bigger numbers. I could never tell the difference when I was a kid. I'm not kidding you, friends. You think that's funny, but it's like D's and B's for kids. So if you get your D's and B's backwards, I get it. I never saw the difference between Lester and Granny. Okay, here we go. First two numbers you're going to compare. 34 and 43. Write out the whole number sentence or the comparison. 34 blank, 43, and then put your shark in there. I'll give you 5 seconds and then I'm going to show you the answer. If you need more than that, pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's your answer. Did you write 34 is less than, told you I got them backwards, 43? If you did, somewhere on your scrap paper, make yourself a little box and give yourself a tally. Let's see how many points you can get. We'll play for pride, not prize. This is what they tell me on the radio every morning. Okay, next comparison sentence. 98 and 93. Remember to write out the whole thing. Here comes the answer, so pause if you're not ready. Did you say 98 is greater than 93? If so, give yourself another tally. I'm going to move on, so my sharks are going to swim away because we're moving on to the next screen. We're still comparing numbers. Here we go. Now we've got 276 and 286. Did you say 276 is less than 286? I hope you did, because that is the correct answer. And remember, you had to look at those tens digits. It's like ABC order. The first number was the same, so you got to go to the second one. Here we go. 413, 431. Now this one's tricky because they switched the order of the one. This one is 413 and this one's 431. So I'll give you a hint. It's not Ernie. Ready to check? Hope you once again said 413 is less than 431. That's my guess. All right, on to screen 3. Let's see what we can do now. I wonder how many screens there are. As it's loading, here we go. Whoop. Oh, they switched our digits on us again. We've got 620 and 602. Did you figure it out? Well, 620 is greater than 602. Is how you'd actually say that. So practice saying those sentences along with me if you can. That'll help you become a better math student. Usually we say them together in class. Okay, next one. Here we go. 701. Oh, they're tricky on us again. And 710. Did you say 701 is less than 710? I hope so. Take a second to load our next screen. Hooray! This screen is blank. Well, our game today is going to talk to us about what we call fact power. Why is it important to know those addition and subtraction facts? The addition facts you're going to find easier to do just because we're used to counting forward. The subtraction, you're going backwards and it's a little bit wonky. But we're going to talk I'm going to show you a game later on, and I'm going to show you how the game fact power, or how having fact power and knowing your addition facts is important. Hopefully, if you go anywhere, you're taking time, you're doing some fact families and flashcards every single day. All right, well, we're going to move on to the next part of our lesson. I got to switch places in my iPad here for just a second, because the next thing we're going to do is work on solving number stories. And I'm going to shrink this up. Oh, gosh. This is on 103 of your math journal. I'm not sure who has volume 2 or not, so I sent everybody a copy of it in their folders. You shouldn't need to worry about anything. You have a copy right there you can grab out. So you shouldn't even need your math journal right now. But 103 is the page we're working on. And because we're not keeping these in our math journal, you'll have to turn them in for Ms. King to check out from time to time. The first thing I do is always the same. I pick up my pencil and I write my name. And I write it in the date box. Now, Rademacher Smith is 16 characters, so it doesn't always fit there, but I abbreviate it to RS. Okay, so we've got number stories, and I talked to you, if you watched the video on morning work, about these letters, R, U, T, A, C. These 5 letters are what we use at Davis Park. I've seen them used at West Vigo, so all you Vikings out there, they've used it there. We used it at Farrington Grove, you little tigers, you. I remember when I worked there, we used it a lot. I think Terrytown used it at one point. But these 5 letters are helping us when we see number stories to remember the steps for solving a number story. And so I've made up a little cheer to go with it. If you didn't hear it in the morning work, we're going to go over it now, okay? Are you ready? It goes R-U-T-A-C. Tell me what it means to me. Read, underline, think, attack, check, Rudicy. And I use those 5 letters. I say that as the word Rudicy. Okay, so I'm going to do my Rudicy on this one. And I start off by writing the letters. I will write them next to every single one. It says solve. You may use the number grid on the inside back cover of your journal to help. So if you need help, pull up a number journal or a number grid. It says, Justin bought 30 blueberries for a snack. He ate 10 of them. How many blueberries does he have left? Now, I'm going to get rid of those lines I used to help you follow me. And I'm going to move on to the underlining stage. And so I'm going to cross off my R, and I'm actually starting by circling. So he's got 30 blueberries and 10 of them. And I want to underline the question, how many blueberries does he have left? And you see this word left, and I see the word ate. And I'm putting boxes around those because both of these words, to me, mean the same thing. It means he doesn't have as many blueberries as he started off with. So now I'm starting to think if he doesn't have as many, we are probably talking about the operation of subtraction. Okay, so I'm putting on my thinking caps, or as Mr. Rademacher Smith likes to say, I'm tightening up my think works here. I wrote them a little squashy together. And I'm going to think, I'm going to say he had 30, we take away 10 because he ate them. How many does he have left? Okay, I'm going to use two strategies to attack this problem. The first thing I'm going to do here is I love to draw things with base 10. So that's one thing I'm going to do. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tens and a ones column. And I know that got a little squashy there, so I can make it a little bit bigger for you in the video. Oh, don't lose my rudity. That's too important. Okay, when I subtract, I'm always going to start on the left. Again, I told you subtraction is backwards, so we want to start, I said left, I even said it backwards. We're starting on the right with the ones column. If I have 0 ones, and I always hold up my fist, I've got it right here, 0, and I take away 0, how many do I have left? Pretty easy, right? 0 take away 0 is 0. Now I've got 3 tens, as you can see, and I'm going to take away one of them. How many do I have left? 3 take away 1 is 2, or 30 take away 10 is 20. So I've checked it both with my base 10 and my number sentence, and I can say 20. It would make sense that he'd have 20. He would have less blueberries when he was done because we took them away. I'm going to do that too that some of you don't like. That's the one that looks like a Z, but it's okay. All right, problem number 1. I'm going to do my rutacy again. R-U-T-A-C. Tell me what it means to me. Well, it means we're going to read first. Davion's string was 48 inches long. He cut off 10 inches. How long is Davion's string now? Now, I did that underlining just so you could follow along as I was reading. But I've done my reading step. Oop, I lost my C. I've read. Now, I'm going to underline. And remember, underline means I'm circling numbers. 48 inches, 10 inches. My question is, how long is Davion's string now? Now. It says now. Something happened. What happened? He cut off. If he's cutting off, he's doing what? That's right, he's subtracting. So, like Mr. Rademacher Smith says, we're going to tighten up our think works. Here's, oh my goodness, I wrote that a little bit too close together. I'm going to do a 10 and a 1. I've got 48 here, and I'm taking away 10. 48 take away 10. So I'm going to draw that with my base 10. 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Normally I don't draw them that way, but I ran out of room. But I can say I have 8 ones. Now remember, time to attack. Attack! Let's do it. Okay, we've got 8 of these little ones here, and we're taking away none of them. So 8 take away 0, 8. Get rid of that. Sorry. Okay. Now I've got 4 tens, and I'm taking away 1. How many do I have? 3. 3 tens or 38. Does it make sense? Yeah, I just took off 110 from the tens column. That makes sense. He has less. That makes sense. I've checked my work. Okay. Now, here we go. Rutacy again. R-U-T-A-C. Tell me what it means to me. Means read. Haley picked up 41 shells on the beach. She picked up 10 more than her sister. How many did her sister pick up? Use that eraser tool real quickly, or the undo, and I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, remember, Haley picked up 41 shells. My unit is shells. She picked up 10, there's another number, and it says more than here. Think about that for a minute. How many did her sister pick up? So remember, Haley has 41. She has 10 more than her sister. So I'm going to have to take away the 10 that she has extra. Do my 10s in my 1s column. Remember, just like your pants, when you're putting on your pants, you can only put one leg in each, or 1 foot in each leg. You can only put in 1 digit in each column here. Some of you like to get a little wiggly there, and that's okay. So here's my 4 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, and here's my 1. We work backwards, we're subtracting. 1 take away 0 is still 1. 4 take away 1 is 10. So she had 31, which is less than, I forgot I was attacking. It's less than 41. It's 10 less than, because we just changed the tens digit. That makes sense. Okay, Rosa's going to get a little more interesting, because this is where our number grid comes in big time. Let's read our problem. Rosa had 108 stamps in her collection. Of these, 78 stamps were from the United States. How many of her stamps were from other countries? Take out those underlines. You've read the problem. Now let's underline or mark up our work. 108 stamps. 78 stamps. Our question is how many of her stamps were from other countries? Well, I'm going to do my H-T-O here. And I'm going to say 108. Take a sip of water. Writing H-T-O makes me want to drink some H2O. And we need to take away these 78 stamps. It says these were the ones from the United States. We want the other countries. So we're going to do some subtracting here. We're taking away 78. Okay? So I'm going to draw this one in base 10. This is my attack step. I have a big flat 100 and 8 little ones. Now, I need to take away the 8. 8 take away 8 is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0. Now, I have 100. Now, look at this. This is where it gets tricky. I have 0 tens. I can't take away 7. If I don't have any, can't take anything away. So I'm going to go next door into the hundreds column, and I'm going to cross off the 1. And when I do that, I'm going to cross off this flat. And what I'm really doing is I'm breaking it apart. I'm going to break this into 0 hundreds, and I'm cheating a little bit here. My daughter can try to put both of her feet into one leg. I'm cheating just for a quick second here because I'm breaking this one up. I've exchanged it for 2, 4, 5 for 10 longs. Does that make sense? Once again, I exchanged my flat, or I broke it up, into 10 longs or 10 tens. Cheating for just a little bit. Now I can easily say 10 take away 7. Ooh, that's fancy. Ooh, cool. No, don't do that. I don't really want that though. Is 3. So I'm going to take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 3 longs left, or 30. That would make sense. 30 plus 78, or 3 plus 7 is 10, and 8 doesn't change. That makes sense. 30 stamps. Okay. One last Rudicy as we go over these problems. Word problems were always so tough. Read. Here we go. The school library ordered 56 new animal books. Children in Ms. Tran's class checked out some of them. The library now has 46 new animal books. Oop, my pencil went too fast there. How many were checked out? Get rid of those. Okay. So she had 56 new books. We know that they checked out some. And they now have 46 new books. So how many were checked out? Let's think about that. Well, when we check things out, it's like saying 56 minus something, because they're checked out, would equal 46. Well, we can use what we know about fact families. I want this question mark here by himself. So I could say 56, but instead, because this is the big daddy here, right? Oops. No, go away. I want the dot there. There we go. There's the dot. He's the daddy in the family. I could take away the mama in the family, which is 46, and find out what this question mark is, right? I'm going to, again, divide it tens and ones. For my friends over at Franklin, if you've ever worked with my friend, Mrs. French, she's the one who taught me this TO thing. Again, I work backwards. So here's my 56. I'm going to draw I love drawing the base 10. I think they're super helpful. And I only have to draw the big one. Now the trick here might be figuring out who goes first, or realizing even that this is a subtraction problem. That's another trick here too. Okay, crossing off my 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Always start with those small ones in case we run into what we did up there. Well, I don't have any left. 6 take away 6 is 0. 5 take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm just squiggling them out. You can still tell that they were there, but that just leaves me with 1. Oh, my 0 disappeared for a while. Would it make sense that that 10 plus 46 equals 56? Sure does. They only left 10 books in the library. All right, take a minute, stretch out, give yourself a little bit of a brain break, and we are going to move on to our math boxes. All right, our math boxes are on page 104. You should still have these in your folder. I think I gave you all a copy. I write my name in the book, in the date box. Well, number 1, I'm going to skip. The reason I'm going to skip it is, first of all, I don't know who has a ruler. And second of all, when I try to measure this on the electronic copy, look what happens. I can zoom in, I can zoom out. I don't really have a great way to do this. Actually, I do. And I can kind of show you. Let me see if I can jump over here for a quick second. I'm in my teacher menu. Nope. Go away. I want to go to our math boxes. Nope, not home links, math boxes. Here we go. Hello. Let's see. Estimate the length of the line segment. Yeah, says use the print page. No luck. Okay, we're going back to work. So I'm going to let you do that. Use your inches ruler to measure the length of the line segment. So first you're going to estimate. I honestly can't tell you because, again, my copy can change something. Okay, and then you're actually going to measure it. So this one, if I was grading it, would be worth 2 points. Now, number 2, we want to write the number word for 98. Well, 90, 9T, and then we separate it with a hyphen, just like Mrs. Rademacher Smith. And if you don't know how to spell 8, I suggest you go a couple pages ahead in your math journal and look towards the bottom. This one says 103. You could skip ahead and find where it says 98. I don't know that they're... Yeah, it's a new book. They probably do. Okay, so this is what would be worth 1 point. It's pretty much in the book, but you need to know how to spell these words. Use the digits 6, 1, and 8 to make the smallest number possible. Well, when I do that, I want the smallest number in the hundreds place, so that's going to be the 1. I want the next smallest number in the tens place, which is going to be the 6. And I want the smallest number after that, which in this case is the biggest one, to be the last digit. Now, I'm going to use the same digits to make the biggest number. Oh, that's so much easier. Okay, so I'm going to start. I want the biggest number first in the hundreds place. I want the most hundreds. That would be the 8. Now I want the most tens I can have. Well, I've got a 1 and a 6. 6. And I want the most ones I can have. Well, I only have 1 left. So 861 is going to be your largest possible number. That's 2 points right there. Count back by hundreds. Oh, super duper easy. 900, 800, 700, 600, 500, 400. And if you look at the hundreds digit, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, number 5 said, oh, I'm sorry, that one has 5 points. I'm getting thirsty is why I'm coughing so much. I'm sorry. Explain how you made the largest possible number in problem 3. Well, I talked you through it. Now we've got to write down the words, because what happens is sometimes Miss King is not there when you're doing the work, and we can't see in your brain even if we could. So if you don't tell us, in this case you have to do it in writing, which is hard for second graders because it's so much easier to talk. I get it. So explain how I made I first. I picked the biggest number, 8, to go in the hundreds place. Oops, I don't know how to spell hundreds. Oh, look, there it is on the bottom. Whew, that was easy. Next, I picked, and what I'm saying is I picked the next largest number. I picked the next largest, means the same as biggest, number 6, to go in the tens place. The smallest number went in the ones place. Now, if you need to pause the video to write that down, that's a lot of writing. I get it. And then you get freaked out over spelling. I get it. It's right there for you. Just pause the video. Pause the video and take your time to write it neatly. Again, no writing messy. I can't understand you when you write messy. Just like I can't understand you when you talk funny. Okay. Now, the next thing we're worried about is, hey, if I was grading this, how many points would it be worth? Guess what? You did a lot of writing here. I'm going to give you 5 points for this one because you had to tell me 3 steps you took. And then you had to tell me why you took them. Why did you put the 8 in the hundreds place? It was the biggest. Why did you put the 6 in the tens place? It was the next biggest. Why did you put the 1 where you had it? It was left over. You know, it went in the ones place. So that one's worth 5 points. So I take all of these numbers when I grade these, however many points you got, and I say 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. So I did 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. Tap that in your head. 5 plus 5, 10. And 5 more would be 15. Very good. So this, if I was grading this, or Miss King was, I don't know if she grades math boxes, but I do sometimes, would be worth 15 points for a grade. I'm not grading it today. We went over it together. So just relax about grades right now. We're not grading anything really the first week.